A very good afternoon, ma'am.
A very good afternoon.
Ma'am, we'd like to have a brief introduction of yours.
Good afternoon to one and all. I am Advocate Manisha Kulkarni. I have completed my law and did my master's in personal management. And I am with this institute since 2008, almost 12 plus years. And I am an international certified coach and a counselor. And I have a very good combination of industry as well as academic experience. I'm an NLP certified trainer, and I conduct different kind of training programs in corporates, in leading corporates for transforming the behavior. And presently, I am pursuing my PhD and trying to develop a model that can map the individual performance with organizational performance, and it is a very good study. And I'm so glad that I am there in this institute, and because we have a very good culture, and we develop the student from all dimensions.
Moving forward, how would you think about COVID-19 has hit the education industry in different ways?
Okay, it's a very good question. I think consider COVID as a positive sign for education sector, because yes, I do agree that initially there was certain confusion and chaos immediately after the lockdown. But when the lockdown got settled, yes, every institute understood the responsibility, and accordingly appropriate actions were taken. For example, we have immediately purchased a licensed version of Teams, and we understood what are the different platforms available for online teaching learning methodology. So accordingly we introduced and simultaneously we provided the training to faculty members as well as the students. So this made the faculty members as well as the students so comfortable, and after that we never missed out any sessions. So whatever we planned for academic calendar, in the academic calendar, that was incorporated without any obstacles. In fact, I would say that COVID has given more session to the students, as generally we used to have a vacation in the month of May, but because of lockdown, as 15 days we have wasted, we didn't had any vacation this year, and as all the faculty members were working from home and the students were there in their native place, we gave them continuous inputs. And in fact, we had value-added certifications on wealth and portfolio management during this COVID only. I initially thought that student may not accept it, but they very well received, and the assessment was excellent, and the excellent remark was given by the expert who assessed the student.
Okay,
so for me, if you ask, the COVID situation has created a positive impact in the education sector.
Ma'am,
Yes,
being
ma'am.
the HOD of IICMR, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
It is completely democratic. I believe in participative management because until and unless I involve everybody in the process, all the stakeholders, I will not be in a position to achieve the departmental vision. I sincerely believe that all the stakeholders should come together. And the leadership style which I adopt is coaching and mentoring. I listen to the student, I listen to faculty members, and guide them whenever there is a necessity, whenever there is a requirement. My expertise of career counselor as well as international certified coach definitely support me here to understand the personality of the faculty members and accordingly assign the responsibilities. This is how we foster a culture of participative management, and we can completely believe in circle, not in a triangle or pyramid kind of hierarchy. Faculty members are appreciated, acknowledged on the basis of the performance. We don't make any distinction or discrimination on the basis of seniority or juniority. So in short, it's a place where you will enjoy and have a healthy learning culture, healthy teaching, learning and evaluation culture for the students, and the best place to work for the faculty members.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what are the benefits and career option after pursuing different courses from your department in future in IICMR?
Okay. As far as MBA at IICMR is concerned, we believe in quality and we always focus on the success mantra, continuous improvement to be done continually. And as it is a management institute, I think from the moment the student get the admission and make their entry during induction, from that moment the development process will start generally. What we do is in the induction itself, we conduct a series of sessions, and specifically I wanted to mention here regarding the self-analysis form, which we ask the student to fill it. The students are expected to map the different kind of skill set by themselves so that they will understand exactly where they stand. And a clear-cut communication is made to the student about, yes, there is a shift from a graduation to post-graduation, and now as they are going to face a corporate very soon, they must be very particular and understand the strength, weakness, and opportunities and threat. They are also asked to do the SWOT analysis of them. And during the induction itself, our students are divided in groups, and behind every 12 students or 10 students, one faculty member is assigned, so that the faculty members can have a personal one-to-one interaction, to make the students feel comfortable. This is how we, do the entry level, and this is some of the benefit which the student get immediately after they enter into a campus. So after this, once they are very much comfortable with the environment, we slowly give a complete orientation about curricular, co-curricular as well as extracurricular activities. Series of sessions, seminars, workshop, field visits, small projects are conducted for them continuously for the personality development and for providing them business knowledge and making them aware about the industrial challenges. These are some of the benefits they get, and I wanted to mention here specifically one-to-one guidance, monitoring, or special efforts that is being taken by this institute. And we are also having a very good association with all top leaders of corporates, which is associated nearby our institute. And fortunately, we are having a very good connect with them, as I am having the experience some experience where we used to conduct corporate trainings, and even my director is having a huge experience. So these corporate people are like our friends, and they come and visit our institute, and they also provide mentoring to our student, which we call as corporate mentoring. I think this is first of its kind in all over Maharashtra, where we have introduced this concept in which corporate people come and discuss with the student as per the time, online and offline, and they guide the student and support them to map the career. So this is one of the most unique thing, and these kind of benefits are given to the students throughout the management career. And yes, the second part which you asked is regarding the placement opportunities. As per the specialization, students are grouped, and we also provide value-added certifications and add-on courses, to enrich the profile and the resume. So these value-added certifications are based on different specialization. For example, it can be digital marketing, which can be business analytics, or it can be training programming on R, or it can be wealth and portfolio management, or it can be certification in HR core processes. Okay, what these value-added certifications provide to the students, it gives a kind of knowledge and it gives an understanding to the student on how practically the theoretical knowledge can be implemented when they immediately go to corporate work. So these kind of exposures are given continuously to the students. Yes, and these students, once they are ready, yes, placement opportunities, huge placement opportunities are given to the students, both on campus as well as off campus. For finance, I can say that they get an entry in the banking sector, banking and insurance sector, And some of them who are having a very good expertise in finance will also get the position like financial analyst in a core finance company. And similar with the other specialization, they also get HR students generally they get an opportunity in manufacturing industries and IT, and some of them in banking and finance as an HR role. And for marketing, yes, again it is insurance as well as the leading companies, MNCs like Hindustan Lever, Procter and Gamble, and Nestle. These, in these companies also students get an opportunity. For the first time, University Savitribai Phule Pune University has introduced business analytics for this year. From this year, yes, we are expecting the student to explore more on business analytics avenues also. So in this way, their career profiles are mapped and they get the opportunities throughout.
Okay, ma'am. How do you plan on using the immense knowledge and experience you've gained over the decades being an integral member of this institute for past 12 years?
So, excellent question. See, every batch is having some uniqueness with them, and we cannot adapt the same kind of methodology which we have adapted for the previous batch. That is what we have. As I said initially itself, I am an international certified coach and a career counselor. I'm having a background of psychology. It is definitely supported me in understanding the student. I have provided the training to the faculty members on how to train and counsel and mentor the students. So this is how we do it, and that's what I say, that my experience of being an advocate, being a career counselor, being an NLP trainer, this combination definitely support me to give proper guidance to the students. I help them during if they are confused with in deciding the specialization. I support them in understanding the passion and inclination. Accordingly, I support them and guide them to map their own career. So once they map the career, they feel yes, ma'am, now we got. Because many times it happens. Marketing students, because of his friend, going to finance, or a finance student, a student who's having inclination towards finance, going towards marketing, that happens. But once the proper guidance and input is given, they understand that their mistake, and they appreciate it, and then they change the specialization. Okay, this way the foundation has been established in a very strong way, and they are developing themselves. So I think every experience which I had from every batch, that is helping me to improve the next batch, because we have a culture of getting the feedback from the students, outgoing batch. I ask the students to please give all suggestions and the inputs which they want. That suggestions are immediately considered, and wherever it is practically possible, we try to implement for the next batch. And the most uniqueness of our institute is we never plan anything before seeing the batch. During induction itself, we have a kind of orientation session for each and every program. So what we do is we ask the coordinators to come and introduce about the program. And there is an open forum. It is an open forum for discussion where the students are divided into groups, and they're asked to prepare, give their own inputs for implementing this program for this batch. For example, we have a special program called Career Excellence Program, in which we inculcate soft skill. So what kind of soft skills are required, that we ask from the student, from the students to rate it out. Accordingly, whichever is the most required soft skill, that is being imparted throughout the semester. Similarly, for student development program, this is a very unique program where we provide a platform to the students to present their thought process every week. These all programs are incorporated in our timetable itself, where the students are expected to present in front of all the faculty members, where even me as well as directors sit there as a judge for the initially first semester. And once the students are comfortable, we call the corporate people as judge for the program. We also provide a rotating trophy, a rolling trophy for this event in order to, develop the healthy competitive spirit among the student. Okay, so these programs, definitely these kind of programs are incorporated or implemented by me only because of the experience and the inputs which I get from every batch.
Okay, ma'am. What is your opinion on the National Education Policy 2020?
See, I don't want to comment more on that because still it is in process. I'm having certain expectations from it. Let us, expect a positive outcome from that, because as of now there are a lot of discussion going on. Let us wait till the final arrival. Then I'll be in a position to comment on that, which I feel. But it is a very good major step that this government has taken. And definitely that it is going to create some revolution in the history of education. That's what I feel as of today.
Ma'am, what do you think that IICMR top priority should be over the past 3 years?
Over the past 3 years or coming 3 years?
Sorry, yes, ma'am, coming 3 years, next 3 years.
Okay, next 3 years, I think we should focus more on international and national collaborations. We are having collaboration with a lot of industries and professional association, but I think now it is an era of digital learning. So we should collaborate with leading institutes also, both national and international, and student exchange programs to be developed. Like our students should go to the international university and they should understand what is the best practices from there. Similarly, students from foreign university should come here and they should also get an understanding and know about the culture of how we develop our student. So this is the most important part. And the second is, I feel more focus on innovation and developing entrepreneurship. So these two are a more important cornerstone, which I feel. Yes, slowly we are developing in that era. In this batch, I'm so proud to say that we are having 5 students who have been, with our guidance, continuous mentoring and support. They have established their own startup. Out of them, one girl called Madhavi, she has started her own import and export startup. So I think 5 is not enough. We should think more about it. For that, continuously conducting a series of activities is my plan of action. And the next one is we are planning to develop a design thinking lab. So as of now, we are having a lab in which the students are, particular duration is allotted, where the students will not have any constraints, any faculty members to give the inputs. They will come and they can discuss among themselves, and whatever ideas they have, they can write it on the wall. So this is one of the innovation lab which we started very recently, but I want to develop it. And in this era of technology, students are very much restricting themselves with a lot of information that they get from Google. So this design thinking lab will definitely instigate them to think in a positive way and come up with some innovative ideas. Because if you see in this world of Industrial 4.0, corporate people are expecting a candidate who is completely innovative and having out-of-box thinking skill. So accordingly, we are developing them. So this is one of the most important thing. These are some of the important initiatives which I feel. And with digital education, yes, we are continuously giving training to our students so that we will not be left behind. But still, there are more trainings to be imparted for the faculty members so that they can have their own recordings and they can have their own sessions recorded and give it to the world at large. This is our plan from faculty members' point of view.
Ma'am, according to you, what makes the education industry the best industry to work in?
Excellent question. See, I was practicing as an advocate, but I left because I have a passion for training. And when I shifted to academics, the most important thing which I felt, that gave me satisfaction was uh, to see the success of our student, to see a student calling me and saying that, "Hey, ma'am, I got promoted within short span of time. Ma'am, I have started my own startup. I'm having my own startup." These kind of things give a kind of special satisfaction, which no other industry will have. And apart from that, as it is a management college, we are discussing dealing with management students. These students are like our friends, and we can also learn a lot from them, and they make us to feel forever. And uh, this I don't feel that we will get in any kind of industry. Even though I'm 40 plus, I feel that I'm still young when I'm discussing with them. I know I'm debating with them on some new business issues and or new policies. So this kind of this thing gives a kind of an energetic and enthusiastic feeling to all those who are working in this education sector. And specifically when you go to sleep, finally we have, wow, we have created some difference in the life of others. So that's why I feel that education sector is something extremely important, and it's a very nice place to work with.
Ma'am, how welcoming is IICMR for students coming out of India to pursue their education?
Okay. Yes. We wanted international students also to come here. First of all, when the students are coming from, internationally from all over the world, safety and security, which is always there in our institute. We have a family kind of culture. And as I said, we have one-to-one personal monitoring and guidance. This will definitely give them a kind of homely environment and a place where they can learn very comfortably without having any kind of fear of any external obstacles. This is one. And the second is we believe in quality, and we, as I said, we never ever implement any of the program without getting the inputs. So even if it is a foreign students, we try to get understand their culture, understand their employability requirement. Accordingly, on that basis of that, brainstorming will be then done with the students. Then on the basis of that, inputs will be received, and then programs will be designed. So this will make them be more comfortable and feel okay that they are learning in their own country. This is true. And third is actually, yes, we are located our institute is located in between leading manufacturing and IT industries. That is Pune, Pimpri Municipal Area Corporation. So we are having so many industries. So these students will easily get an opportunity to do small projects, summer internship projects, and also do some mini consultancies with the corporates. Okay, these kind of value-added inputs will definitely improve the personality, and finally they can lead to the place where they want and achieve their dreams. So in this way, we are expecting our foreign students. Shyam, we can go to next question.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, will you please throw some light on extracurricular activities conducted at IICMR?
The most important question for the students, because when they come for admission, they definitely see, yes, curricular and co-curricular are there, but they wanted to know about extracurricular activities. We are having a well-established Student Welfare Council that has been established under Board of Student Welfare as per the Maharashtra University Act. So there is equal representation from faculty members, students, as well as the management. every decision regarding the extracurricular activities are taken by the Student Welfare Council, and under that we are having a club called ARCO. This is a club that has been established by the students, for the students, to the students. This is the objective and the aim of that club. Here, all the activities, extracurricular activities like cultural activities, competition at the institutional level, both inter and intra level, as well as celebrating all kind of festivals, without having any restrictions to any of the festival, any of the religions. We celebrate all festivals, celebrating of a different kind of festival, providing warm welcome to the students by freshers, and greeting well during the farewell. So these are some of the most important and crucial extracurricular activities which we do. These are some of the activities which we do internally at the institutional level under ARCO Club. And apart from that, we are having a special wing called Academic Social Responsibility, where our students get associated with some of the NGOs nearby, and we do certain academic social responsibility initiatives like getting associated with Environmental Conservation Association. This is an NGO where we every year do the collection of Nirmalya during eco-friendly celebration of eco-friendly Ganesha. Our students go there, actively participate in these activities, and they also bring certificates from there. For also protecting the environment, we do conduct street play, which our students go and do in the nearby localities in order to create awareness about e-waste, in order to create awareness about Swachh Bharat or environmental protection. So all these kind of initiatives are done under extracurricular activities. So these are some of the activities that is done internally, and some of the activities we do in association with Savitribai Phule Pune University, which is exclusively on the basis of complete personality development of the student, and certain programs on gender equality or sensitizing girls about different laws, human rights, values, practices, and ethics. So these all are also done under extracurricular activities. Some cake making workshop, chocolate making workshop is also done as per the requirement of the batch, as per the inputs given by the batch. And apart from that, we also motivate the student and provide incentive to the students who bring awards to the institute, and also fund the students for sponsor the students for participating at national and international as well as district and state level activities. So in this way, we promote extracurricular activities.
Ma'am, anything that you would like students to know about IICMR?
Yes, they should always think of, instead of thinking about how big is the campus, they should also always focus on the quality that is inculcated in this campus. The most important thing is the mentoring, counseling, due to which they understand where they stand. This is extremely important, and as we believe in quality, we completely believe in the success mantra of continuously developing continuously. So how we continuously develop, that is the most important part. We have a complete comprehensive program called E2E, that is Explore to Excel. We have certain programs where our students are asked to explore themselves. We provide a platform. As I said, there is a program called Student Development Program, where the students are divided in groups from in the induction itself, and every year they are given a topic, and this topic are decided by the students. For example, if we take a program on news, views and reviews, if this is the topic of the program that is being decided for the next SD Student Development Program, the students are asked to pick the chit, and once the students pick up the chit, for example, for one of the group, it may be news on business, one of them it may be news on economics, or one of them it may be a news on politics. So as per the chits whichever they have received, they are given a period of 1 week. So they have to prepare in teams. Here they get the guidance from the mentors who's been assigned to them throughout the week, and they also sit in teams after the lecture has been completed in the evening hours, and they prepare very nice presentation, and they present it in front of us. This activity is done every week at IACMR. Okay, this particular activity is giving a kind of exposure to the student to present themselves. The uniqueness of this activity is when whoever is the judge, if I sit there as a judge, I simultaneously give them certain inputs and feedback on how to hold a mic and how to present and how to stand. And the outcome and the success rate of this student development program is so huge that even a student coming from a very interior part of India, after attending this program, initially they have a lot of fear, and they don't even want to stand on stage. But when after continuous implementation of this program, they get an opportunity, and they get somewhat, they become somewhat confident and courageous. Because here in this program, every team member get an equal opportunity to speak. For every group, presentation time is allotted. That is 15 minutes for one presentation. After that, 5 minutes for inputs and question answer session. So when the judges evaluating and giving the inputs simultaneously in the same session, mentors also, judge the students. Okay, kids, there is a sheet that has been developed, mentoring assessment sheet. In this, the mentors assess the students and note down the ratings as per the skills. Then during the mentoring sessions, this is discussed either in group or one-to-one as per the requirement, and inputs are given and strategies to be adapted for the improvement are suggested by the mentors, and students follow that in the next SDP, and this way they slowly improve. Why I'm saying this particular event in a complete way, because this is happening exclusively in our institute, where continuous monitoring is happening, continuous assessment is happening. See, in a management institute, providing the training is so easy, but with, in all the institute, a lot of trainings and seminars are conducted, like trainings on soft skills and seminars related to business concepts are conducted. But how will I come to know whether whatever input I am giving, whether it is being received by the student or not? What is the return on investment of my training? How will I be in a position to understand? Only by giving them a platform. So this platform of student development program is a very unique one, where the student gets full exposure and a safe platform, where they are expected to stand in front of their own colleagues and peers, and they are expected to speak. So initially they are very much not comfortable, but yes, later on, after a certain period of time, they are very much comfortable, and they come out with a lot of improvements, and especially in terms of business knowledge, in terms of the presentation skills, in terms of team managing skills. So these all are imbibed in them practically in this process. This is one, and the other part is actually, as I've been experienced in this field, and me having a very good exposure of industry as well as academic. My director is also having the same thing, and all the faculty members are having a combination of industry as well as academia. This definitely provide a kind of knowledge, continuous knowledge to the students with complete planned inputs as per the requirement of each and every batch. So this is something which a student wanted to take for admission at a institute, and the most important is locational advantage. We are situated in between, as I said earlier also, IT and manufacturing hub. So they get opportunity very easily, And the other part is that we are also having a huge, very good association with leading professional association like Project Management Institute, Indian National Suggestion Scheme Association, National Institute of Personal Management. These all are the forums where all leading corporate people come and discuss and implement programs. As we are there as a part and parcel of executive member, so we collaborate with them in different activities. So here also students get a lot of exposure about industries. This also, act as a ground for providing summer internship as well as final placement also. I think these are some of the points which a student should consider when we are entering into IISER. Yes, one more important point, the culture over here is during induction itself, we invite the student by calling them as welcome to the family of MBA at IISER. So many of them are having students, many come from all parts of India. They become homesick because for the first time they left the home and they are coming here all the way to Pune to get the education or to get the certificate from Pune University. So that's what, when we say them, welcome to the family of MBA at IISER, they feel so happy. And one-to-one guidance also give them some kind of satisfaction. And if you see after that, they are not ready to go for vacation also. They wanted to celebrate everything here itself. This is one of the achievement I can say, which we have achieved throughout the process. So I think these are some of the points which a aspiring student who wanted to take admission in MBA at IISER should think about.